so excited for the next comic. He's a producer of the show, super funny, and I'm so excited you guys get to see him. Everyone, clap it up for Matthew Thrice.
All right, real quick. Okay, you can play some music. Okay, fuck it. It's too late. It's too late. Okay. Was it because he said something about trans women while you playing that one? He said, damn, that shine. Play some techno real quick. Okay. I'm not a trans woman, so okay. But yeah, I want to do something real quick. So let's just make some noise for All Day Lunch Break for putting this whole thing together. Yeah. And let's do a little chant real quick, just for the video, right? So on 3, let's just say All Day Lunch Break. 1, 2, 3, All Day Lunch Break. Cool. I am All Day Lunch Break, so thank you for that. The man behind the thing, I had to make a separate page. That's what it is. So a little history on me. I started out making music, so I got used to that. Like I make multiple MySpace pages, like one for beats, one for singing, one for rapping. Yeah, and then it just advanced. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm 35 now. I was doing the same thing in high school, so it just changes. So, and then I found this space. Make some noise for this space too. It's really dope. Yeah. I think Martin Luther King used to be here. This is where he used to set up his plans. He'd be like, "We gonna march. This is where I bring my hoes. Correct? I don't know. I bring the jump also in." You know, he used to get down. I don't know if you guys know that. Part of Black history. You know, hey. I wonder if he knew that, like, we were gonna be up here. Like, you think he foresaw that? He's like, I had a dream. Black people, white people, little Asian girls. Non-binary, all that. Niggas on Grindr. I have a dream that this is gonna be a comedy show in the future. Things will change. Yeah, man. A lot of, so I guess a little bit more history. Like I said, I used to make music quite a bit. And I don't know if you guys like the fit. I'll just say a little bit about myself. You know, TJ Maxx, shout out TJ Maxx. Trying to get a little bit of a sponsorship, you know, thrifty. But yeah, growing up, my dad, he's Nigerian. They're real frugal. My family's real frugal, so we only shop at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And like I didn't even know jeans cost more than $19.99 until I was in high school. I was like, oh, this is the real price. Okay, cool. But yeah, so like rapping, what I noticed though, another thing we used to go to the barber college. We didn't ever go to the barber shop. So I don't know if you guys ever went to the barber college. That's where you gotta write down the name of the person, you know? You like, Marcus, is he still here? They're like, no, he went to a real barber shop. He graduated. Like, but we got Steven. If you want Steven, we look down. Steven's right there with the clippers like zoom, 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 zoom. Like, nah, we don't want Steven. I know it's a $5 haircut, but we can do that at home. We might get cut fucking around with Steven. But yeah, what I noticed with like rap music, you guys probably seen this too, like on American Idol and Who's Got Talent and all those type of shows. Everybody always has a struggle story. And that was kind of my struggle story. I'm like, you know, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, a barber college. You know, I thought it was something. But then people, you know, like you see them, they always got something worse. And they're like, you know, you see roach sandwiches, you know, you're from the trenches. If you never had to smash the roaches up and put some mustard on that motherfucking white bread, little legs dangling, if you're not from the trenches. And then like American Idol would be like, just horrible stuff, like stuff that you couldn't even fathom. He's like, yeah, you know, growing up, and they're doing like the confessional thing, you know, the dude's sitting there giving this little interview. Like growing up, you know, it was kind of hard. It was just me and my mom, and my mom, she had no limbs. She was just like a potato. And, you know, I'd be rapping in my room, and they'll show some B-roll of a little kid rapping. He's like, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da. And she would just roll into the room. She'd be like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm just rapping, Mom. I'm trying to make it. And she'd be like, well, you know, Mama loves you. And she'd just roll back out the room. Oh my God. And that's what kept me going. I'm like, damn, I don't have no struggle story like that. I just got TJ Maxx and Marshall. So So I'm telling this story, you know, I'm trying to tell this story one time with some other rappers, you know, and stuff. And this dude got mad. He was like, man, you complaining, but at least you knew your father. I didn't even know mine. It was just me and my mom. We used to have to share clothes, bro. Couldn't even afford Marshalls and TJ Maxx. Could you imagine going to high school wearing a tube top? You know, it's one of the things where like you want to laugh, but you don't want to be like, oh, nah, I'm wearing a tube top, motherfucker. Apple bottom jeans and the boots with the furs. I'm like, I'm gonna get out the rap game. Yeah, I see some, I'm gonna talk about some current events too. I know it's a little bit of a heavy topic. I know you guys probably saw the Charlie Kirk thing that happened. That was really crazy. Yeah, but it was crazy because I didn't really watch videos of him. I didn't watch the clips. Or I saw like a few clips, but didn't know much of him. But then after that, it's like all these people came out. They like, especially black people on TikTok, stuff like that. And they were like, oh, he was for the people. You just don't understand. He was trying to tell black people to get their shit together. I'm like, oh, that's the message I need to hear? Like, I got a car now. I got a car, a house, and I don't need to hear that from this white man. Right. You know? And I was hearing stuff from like, it's fucked up because like you'll hear stuff from people that they shouldn't even have an opinion on it. Like I was at the strip club the other day, right? This girl talking about, you know Charlie Kirk was for the people, right? I'm like, here's 20 to not talk about politics. Okay, daddy. It's weird. And like social media is getting crazy because like I wasn't there, but I had to see it, right? Because people were showing the video of it. And they were doing like conspiracy stuff and like he got hit and then they just showed it uncensored. And it's wild. Like I've been trying to kind of protect my, you know, be on my spiritual stuff. Part of the reason, by the way, I moved here from the Midwest. My brother, sister from Atlanta, my mom's from Athens. I was born up in Michigan though, right? So I want to get down here and get in touch with my spirituality, you know, like grew up Christian. But I had like some, you can tell by my name Matthew, you know, I had a biblical name. So grew up Christian, but there's just too many questions like with the faith. And like one thing is a lot of people, they talk about like Jesus, they're like, is he black? Was he black or was he white? That's a big debate. And it's like, because in the book, in the Bible, it says that he had hair like wool. So you think like a little afro or something. And he had hair, he had skin like burnt bronze. They also said that too. But they never talk about his booty though. I'm just saying, it's kind of peculiar. There's so many questions. Like, what if he came back and he was just thick? Like, well, people be like, that is not the one true Christ. He cannot be that thick. But they never mentioned it. Nobody asked these questions. Like, what if he came back and he was a short king, you know? Like, the whole time, we thinking he's so tall, he's like, we must go to Jerusalem. I'm just saying, I had these type of questions. So I started getting more into the spirituality. And I was seeing a bunch of stuff, like people going to Stone Mountain, and they're doing the thing with the crystals. I know you know, I've seen your Instagram. They're doing the stuff with the crystals and the copper jewelry. You know, getting in touch with the spirituality. And so I'm like, yeah, I need some of that. So I'm gonna move down there. And the thing is, people talk different over here, you know. So like, they be like, hey, shawty, you know, god darn, I'm you know, all those different terms they use. What I didn't realize is those same people in the spiritual community, at least over here, you know. So and they're using it for warfare. So like, I was at the gas station the other day. This dude, he was like, hey, shawty, I'm gonna up it on you, shawty, straight up. And I thought he was about to pull out a gun. He said, I'm gonna up it on you. He pulled up his shirt and he had a crystal and a wand. He said, I'm damn near I'll do voodoo. I'll turn you to a frog, shawty, straight up. I got the book of Psalms on me right now. All thou enemies shall burn in hell. That's you, shawty, straight up. I said, I don't want to mess with that either. That's some spiritual gangsters. That's wild. So yeah, anyway, I've just been trying to protect my energy and whatnot. And I see that there's a lot of foodies over here too. Like it gets a little weird. You know, they have like all these different foods and stuff. And people try to like remix foods nowadays too. we've been doing that, but it's like, you know, you get the ramen noodles, you're like, oh, I like to put sausage in my ramen noodles. You know, I put a little pepper in there. Oh, you eat the Pop-Tarts like that? I put mayo on the back of it and put some spices. You know, they all got these little remixes. But we're in Atlanta, you know, it's a little different. This dude came out to me, low-key, the other day. He was like, you like eating pussy? I was like, yeah, I like eating pussy, you know? He was like, well, you should suck some dick afterward because it's like the salty with the tang, the twang to it. You want to mix that with a nice Merlot. It hits the palate in a different way. I said, you almost have me. You are a bisexual foodie. You are a bisexual foodie, sir, and I'll pass on that recipe. I'm not trying to do no throuple, threesome. But all right, that's my time, Matthew Thrice. Thank you.
Matthew Thrice, everybody.